What's up, everybody? Pork chop here. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I had a fun, a full day with the church, with the classes. Uh, uh, so I'm home now. My little house, and cooking me some old supper. Got some old uh, chicken strips. I'll cook some chicken strips and some stovetop stuffing for supper. Uh, Sounds pretty good. I really hope it's as good as it sounds. Uh, I come over here to share some stuff about this addiction and the Lord, and uh, trusting in the Lord. A big thing about my life and my recovery. That's a year from doing methamphetamine. Uh, After 40 years of using it, my walk has to be pretty powerful right now because my thinking's warped. My life's been warped for 40 years, and I've learned to be acceptable to a lot of things. I've learned to just deal with a lot of things and just take them as the devil just steadily beating on me and causing chaos and confusion in my life, and just accepting it, and just feeling that just do a little bit more, and we'll get on top of all that. Uh, so when you quit and get and you have to break away from the lifestyle. My video the other night kind of got abruptly ended, but it was about having to close all them doors. See, when you start operating in the Lord and you start giving up, surrendering everything to Him, and giving all the glory to Him, and uh, relying on Him to change the person that I had become, working for the devil. Uh, it takes a lot of things. It takes a lot of things to put into action. Uh, it's just not easy as it just say the prayer, and it all of a sudden happens. I've been saying the prayer for 40 years to be removed from the desire of methamphetamine. It took me 40 years to get here. Um, yeah, I know y'all say it's a long time, but I really wasn't willing. See, all them years I really wasn't. I didn't have that big willingness to go ahead and let's see if that helps a little bit. Let's see if to have that willingness to go ahead and stop. Just because I prayed the prayer don't mean I wanted to stop. Just because I prayed the prayer don't mean I wanted to change the lifestyle. Just because I say the prayer and ask Him to remove it, see, I want Him to remove it all at once. In my mind, I just thought that God, if you just look down on me and just blow a little, look, my whole life will change. And and I believe He blowed on me several times. But see, my life didn't change because I still held on to the things that was up in my head that I wanted to do, and the parts of it that I wanted, and the parts of it that I wanted to continue to do. Um, and So he might have, in the 40 years, he might have blowed on me no telling how many times, and but I was just too hard headed, and I really didn't want to change. And so when it comes to a point that you're tired and you had enough, and you've had enough of the lifestyle, you've had enough of all of it. So I really wanted to change. I really wanted to change, and so now it's learning how to change and how to deal with this change and how to live life. Uh, I don't know how to live life without drugs. I know how to uh, do a bunch of drugs in life. I called that living. Y'all, that really wasn't much living in that. It was a lot of surviving. I was surviving because I wanted to get high. I was surviving getting high. Uh, and that's not no way to live. That's not one way to live. And to get out of that right there, it's not just the easiest thing in the world. Uh, I'd like to tell y'all that y'all just say a prayer, and your whole life will change. I wish I could tell y'all that. I wish I could tell you that. But that make me a liar. Uh, because it takes some serious work. Because methamphetamine's got a grip on you. It's got a grip on you in everything you do. Everything you do in your life, everything, how you talk, how you act, your pride, your everything. Man, it's got a grip on it. And that's because the devil's got a grip on you for doing methamphetamine. So that stronghold he's got in your mind, it don't matter what's coming out of your heart that you want to do this and want to do. Look, it's still your mind's warped because see, it wants that little pleasure center, wants that desire. It wants that thing that it's been getting for all these years. It wants that. It wants that. Man, it wants that shot. You know, it wants that. It wants that hit. It wants it, and it wanting it that bad. It whoops your mind, and we try to feed it. We try to feed. One of the big things I've learned that the more, whatever I feed the most, is what is where it's gonna happen at. And you know, to me, feeding that demon, what stovetop stuff's good. Feeding that demon, or you know, I've got so I was doing methamphetamine so long that I called methamphetamine my bitch because I let her rule everything about me. I let her rule everything in my life. I let her, and I was willing to go get it again. I was willing to do anything for her, and that's how I kind of classified it as my bitch. Maybe I was the bitch in the whole scenario because I do anything for her, anything she wanted, however she wanted, just to get the things I desired. A little bit of sex, a lot of sex maybe, and man, alter my mind to a point where it was, man, I was killing myself. Didn't even know it, didn't even realize it, or I did realize it and didn't care. Didn't really care. So F it. I say F it. You see, and that's where it become. That's where my life had become. You know, I can't say unmanageable because look, I was managing real good. Yeah, I had pocket full of money. I had pocket full of dope. I managed it pretty good. So it really wasn't unmanageable. What it was is it was just surviving in the chaos. See, we as drug addicts or however you want to say it, drug whatever, we're acceptable to that, and we say that that's okay. You know, that's okay to do that. It's okay to live that lifestyle. It's because we make the choices. We make the choices that happen. Yeah, it ended up. I've been to prison 12 times, y'all. That's where she's took me every time, and I'm so I'm so big a bitch to her that look, I invite her right back in my life after I get out of prison. Get out of prison about 6 months, be good, and just look hating everything. Had this big empty spot in my inside of me, and I just didn't like life, not high. And that's how my mind was warped. My mind was warped, and because really I couldn't see no good. See, I couldn't see nothing different than what I was already doing. Just get better at it. You see, the devil tells us just get better at it. You know what I'm saying? Get a bigger stack. You got more money in your pocket. You got more chaos. Just get more and more. See, that's probably my addiction, is addicted to more. Methamphetamine just become a characteristics of that, where my lifestyle had grown to a point where I can't even got a word for it. But it was taking me back to prison. It can take me back to prison. See, that's where it ends up. I end up back in prison. I end up back in prison. End up back in prison. And see, for a long time, you know, as a young buck, big in shape, big tough guy and everything. Look, I didn't really. I accepted that consequence that I was going to prison. How long can I beat them? How long can I beat the parole officer? How long can I beat the police? How can I beat the drug task force? You know, how long can I beat them? It's according to it's different times. Some of them I beat a long time. Some of them I didn't. So that's That's kind of a scenario that we accept. We accept that as being addicts. We accept that as the place that we've become in our life. And y'all, so to beat this addiction, we got to go through some changes to change that. And for me, I went to about 14 rehabs, graduated most all of them. I've been to 2 or 3 rehabs here lately. I didn't graduate. I left because they took me. They removed me from God. This last one removed me from God and start somebody else in the rehab. They wanted somebody else to run my life, and I just instead of God, and y'all, I just needed God. I'll be right back, y'all. I got just a minute. Y'all, I found out after all that, all them rehabs, all that knowledge I got upstairs about them and about this addiction, because I graduated all them programs. You hear what I'm saying? I was good at faking it till I made it. Just fake it till you make it. And I accepted them terms right there. And look, I got good at faking it. I got good at faking it. I didn't want to. Man, in the back of my mind, I didn't want to stop, man. I didn't want to stop. And that's man, I'd make it good. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to wash my old pan. I'm kind of one of them guys that just gotta do it as I go. That way, I ain't got all these dishes piled up and everything. I know there ain't many guys out there like that. But for me, I just gotta. That's the way I do it. That's the way that way I don't have all this piled up on me, because I don't like that. I don't like everything piled up on me and everything. But y'all, that's the I can fake it till I make it scenario, and man, I got really good at that. I got really good at that to click, and I got all the knowledge, man. I ace everything, and man, I get all the knowledge, do all the homework, and but man, it left a big old empty space inside. Once I took the methamphetamine out, so that's why the backup plan come in the scenario, because I constantly was man, I had this big empty spot inside that all that stuff that I was doing on meth, man, it left a big empty spot inside of me, and that empty spot, filling that empty spot, man, you think you can fill it with love. I thought, well, if I could find the right girl and she'd love me, it would fill this empty spot I got inside. And y'all, man, but see, I would settle for second best. I wouldn't settle for what God had for me. See, all these scenarios moved God out of me, and even if I go to church, and even if I do all this, look, it would move God out of me, and it leave the devil still running. See, he's still running all this other stuff that's messed up in my mind, my thinking. See, my thinking got so out of whack that accepting all this of trying to survive, that I don't know how to just release all that. And see, that's where it took God. It took God to release all this for me. And I'm standing here today, and I wish I could tell you my life was perfect. It is to me right now. I'm doing the best I've ever done in my life, and I'm 55 years old, and I'm doing the best I've ever done. Got a year clean off methamphetamine. I tried smoking weed for a while. After that, I can't say I've been off all drugs for a year. I better get a year off methamphetamine. I've got about 7 months off weed. because I tried to supplement it with weed and thought, well, I could just smoke some weed. Y'all know how it is. We try to supplement the one with the other, and make it all right and all right in our mind and everything else. But they're still all mind altering. You see, that's where we get confused on all the drugs and the supplement. It's still mind altering. Why do I want to alter my mind? I don't believe I do, because I believe I'm a great guy. I'm a great man. But I try for love. I alter my mind for sex. See, I hung on to them things. Y'all, now I took a vow of celibacy. I took that since the last time, however long I've been off weed. That's when I took the vow of celibacy, about 7 months. And because I had to stop. See, sex and drugs went together with me. One went with the other. See, as soon as I got high on meth, look, you know what I want to do? I want to F something. And that was what it took. That's what made me do the things I did, to get a little bit more. To get a little bit more sex. So in my life, for me, those things went hand in hand. So to change my life, I had to do away with both of them. See it? Now, y'all get this and understand this. Am I saying that's the easiest thing in the world to do? No, sir. Because see, it was like, man, I quit doing drugs and everything. You know what? Go have a little sex. Man, what else I got? Okay, well, one leads to the other. I got high the last 4 times I was clean in my life. I've got high over sex. I went and got that sack over sex, because I knew I'd never be alone. See, I once thought that I had this what they call it, codependency thing, that I needed somebody with me all the time. And see, all these scenarios I'm telling you about in my addiction didn't have God in them. See, God's always with me. Jesus is always with me. And he always loves me. See, I was looking for love to take the place of that methamphetamine, and thinking that I could go to a girl and she would. It all ended up bad. You already know how this scenario goes. End up bad. End up getting high again, getting mad, pissed off, have a bad attitude. Y'all, I had a bad temper for all my life. I'm talking about really bad temper. So, I mean, all this led to it. The drugs, the women, all this. See, it's all a scenario. It's a way of life. They call it a way of life. You hear a lot of people say that, the way of life. Well, y'all, this way of life has took me down. It's destroyed me to where it wants to take me back to prison. And when I said a while ago that I wish I could tell y'all my life was great, I still got a bunch of pending charges. Even though I've been clean, straight, been going to church every time they open. The church is my rehab. I go there and get rejuvenation from God. I joined a Catholic church. First time ever in my life. I ain't never been a Catholic. I ain't never went to a Catholic church. I go to classes now. You got to go to classes for 9 months to be a member of a Catholic church. So I'm heavily involved in all the church. I'm heavily involved in learning so much more about God and what in this catechism, out of this catechism book of the Catholic Church. I'm learning so much more that I've ever known about God. And I'm listening to I listen to on YouTube Liberty, a lady named Liberty, Spirit Move Global. I hope I said that right, because I just looked it up before I got on here. Spirit Move Global. She's a prophet. She's an apostle. She's got all these people she mentors. She goes all over the United States with all these other priests and look, just fire for Jesus Christ. She has dreams. God talks to her. And she passes on this word. I know a lot of y'all say, oh, it's just BS. Okay, well, a lot of things in life is BS. But some things, when you get heavily involved in God, you get a conversion, a religious conversion from God. He leads you to, you have discernment about what's good and bad. You know if it's the devil. I worked for the devil long enough, for 40 years. I promise you I know where he's at. I promise you I know what he looks like. And I promise you the cunning and baffling and how powerful he is to trick me. And can I still get caught up? Yes. But I take and ask God and talk to God about all of it. Is this what I'm supposed to be listening to? I deleted Facebook. Y'all know if y'all was on my Facebook, if y'all was my friends from my past, I deleted Facebook. And that becomes that look right here. It's starting a new chapter in my life. God's closing all the old doors and opening new doors. But see, I have to, the doors that I've opened, that it wasn't on God's timing. It wasn't about God. It wasn't all these spirits that's attacked to me from all my past. Because look, I got a lot of them. And understand that God is, but I have to release all that. I had to talk to God. I just got off a fast for 3 days, a fasting for the Lord, for Him to remove these spirits from me. Yeah, y'all, I'm serious about this. I'm serious about going forward. See, when you're operating with God, you don't back up. It's not about the past. It's not about yesterday. It's about tomorrow with God. And that's what I'm going towards. It's what God's will wants for me in my life. And that's where, because He loves me. He's always there with me. You see, and He wants the best for me. He don't want no bad things for me. So that's I love that. I love that thought. I love that way I'm going forward with it. And He's got all these doors. I see all these doors opening of my future and things He wants me to do that are possible. Have I got confirmation on all of them? No, because I'm slow walking, trying to get rid of all the stuff from my past, trying to get rid of everyone from my past, all the way down to that. Look, nobody has my number. I'm not giving it to nobody, except 3 or 4 people. And look, I don't need nobody else. I need God. I need God and God's will to take me to a new place in my life, in my future, and that's the way I'm not carrying no baggage. See, God wants us to get rid of all the baggage that we're toting around, that the devil's got on us and got in us and toting around, where He can work in our life, where He can. We need to close all these doors, where He can open new doors in us. This is a new season, the new start of a new year, and this is it's all going to be new. And I hope I get to keep making these videos, because I hope I touch somebody. I hope somebody says that man, this guy's speaking the truth. Man, I tell you what's all in me. What was all in me. I can tell you what's in me now, and I tell you how I got here. And it took a lot. I'm hard headed. Man, I'm hard-headed, and I thought I was tough, and I would take on consequences and just about survival. I just survive. But man, look, I'm trying to live now. I'm 55. I may have another 20 in me. You hear me? But I want to live at 20. I want to live at 20 for the Lord. And if you don't know Jesus Christ, look, man, I hope you find Him. If you need help, leave me a comment. I'll lead you. If you need to talk, leave me a comment. I'll get in touch with you. If you're in my area right now and you're somebody from my past that wants to go to church, I'll take you to church. I'll take you to the most powerful place I know, and the most powerful church that I have ever been in. I'll take you there. And but anything from the past, you can't bring anything from the past with it. If we had sex, you can't bring it with you. We're not going to have it no more. I'm not going to. I'm just not. Um, you had drugs, gonna be high. I'm just telling you. But look, I gotta help. I gotta love my brother as thyself, and I love me enough to change this and do away with everything right now. But I also have to love you enough to take you to where I am right now. But we can't take nothing from the past. See, you have to love me enough not to try to be that BS on me. And you have to want it bad enough to know, to want something different than what the methamphetamine, the drugs has done to you all your life. Because I promise you, they took you down through there. And your brain's a little warped. Me, personally, if you've been on the walk I have. So y'all, I didn't really cover a lot. I just want to get out there that you got to close the doors. This is a new season. 10 is the time when you got to close the doors. And God's saying you can't take nobody with you. You can't take nobody with you on the first to the future. Because those people you take with you are only baggage. Going to be new opportunities, new things to make beside like these videos, new opportunities. And whatever they are, if it's God's will, look, that's where you get the blessings. That's where you get to go forward. And that's what all this is about. Me going forward and just helping. Man, I want to find, I want God to use me to help to bring people back to Him. I don't care what church you go to. I don't care what denomination you are. I just want to help you get back to there. And that's what God wants. God's will is to lead people for his flock to be have fire enough for Him, love Him enough that wants to share that and bring people back to Him. And that's what my goal is, and that's what my future holds for me. And y'all, I'm trying to close the doors. Maybe this month everything will close. I wish I could say I got them all closed in October, but I don't. I still got some court dates. But God's going to close them. God's going to help me close them and shut them where they stop taking from my attention. They stop taking from thoughts in the back of my mind where I can't maybe hear Him or can't recognize Him because I got these thoughts of what's going to happen over here or what's going to happen over there. And I'm trusting in Him 100%, but I still got a little thought. Still got a little fear. So I need to go forward. He's going to remove that stuff where I can go forward. And there's no doubt in my mind about that. Y'all, it's Pork Chop. I took 30 minutes of your time. I'm fixing to go enjoy supper. Y'all, if you need me, you leave a comment. I promise you I'll get back to you. I promise you I'll read it and I'll get back to you. I promise you. That's a promise. The Lord loves you. He wants you in His graces. He wants to help you. But first you have to make a conscious decision that you want to help yourself. Is it going to be easy? No. You're going to have to clear all the slate from everything of the past. You're going to have to let all that go. There's nothing back there that's for you, that's good for you, because the devil's ruling all that. You have to let all that go. And He loves you, and He wants to see you on the other side. I want to see you in heaven. I'm going to heaven. I'm going. Because there's nothing stopping me right now. Nothing, no drug I've ever done can give me the feeling I got right now. And the joy. And just, man, fire for the Lord. I just gotta, this is express it more and find a way to do it more. Y'all, I love y'all. If you don't know God, hey, you find Him now. Y'all, I love y'all. Pray, say a prayer for y'all. Look up. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Lord, I just come to you right now. I just come to you right now, Lord, on this video. Then I ask for all the lost souls that's out there that's caught up in addiction, caught up in many things that the devil snared them in. Lord. And I just ask, Lord, that you touch them, you touch their heart, you touch how they are focusing on things, Lord, to know their minds kind of warped, know that their lifestyle is in chaos. Lord, I just ask you touch them. I ask you touch them, Lord, that the seed might be planted, that you can water where it can grow, Lord, in you. And Lord, I ask that you bring them, that you'd let me help them, bring them back to church, to bring them back to your will, Lord, to bring them back to a place that you're at. Uh, so you can water this, so these seeds can be planted, and so these seeds can grow. Lord, I just release these words to go out, and I release these words of goodness. I release these words of triumph over these drug addictions. I release these words of these people who have been cleansed. I release these words, Lord, of your will to be done in their life. And Lord, I just ask for your grace and your mercy fall up on them. And I ask, Lord, that good things start happening in their life, Lord. And they recognize you, Lord, and they surrender to you. Once they recognize they can surrender to you, Lord, and Lord, let you water these seeds and let them grow. Lord, I ask this in Jesus Christ's name, by the blood of Jesus Christ, able to pour it out over this. Y'all, I'll see y'all next time.